Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are live. I believe we are live in Byhalia, Mississippi. Can somebody tell me that we're live? Hey, I got 3 people watching.
You live then?
I think so.
You're live.
If anybody can hear me, please chat and time and let me know. Well, tonight, Mr. Mark Lambert is in San Antonio cooking at the San Antonio Rodeo. And so I asked my good friends, Alan Smith and Eric Hodson from Boars Night Out, White Lightning. They're always there to say how I can help. So I asked them, I said, hey, I need y'all's help. And they were ready to jump in. So, Eric, what are we doing tonight, brother?
Well, since I'm here about once a month now.
Yeah.
Once every 5 or 6 weeks. And I always cook something up. And I figured, I'm going to start recreating some of the dishes that Candace and I have eaten throughout our travels.
Okay.
Since we do get to travel a lot and we go all kind of different places and we're foodies, we eat at a bunch of different places.
I see goat cheese.
And not all food has to be fancy.
Yeah, that's right.
To be awesome.
Yeah.
So a couple years ago, we go to New York City for Christmas. She wanted to go to Rockefeller Center, see the tree lighting. She wanted to go, New York City.
Yeah.
And they have a nighttime market like once a month, and it just happened to be like the week we were there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a flea market in New York City, but in the night, like in the nicer part. It's not like we're in Compton. I mean, in like the Bronx or something.
You're not in Harlem.
In Harlem, there you go. And
That'd be a cool flea market.
Right. It might be a dangerous one, but there's a bunch of vendors. It's like a craft show deal.
Yeah.
And they got food and everything else. And one of the places there was a cheesesteak vendor.
Okay.
But they did a stock cheesesteak, peppers, onions, mayo, lettuce, tomato.
Yeah.
But then they did jacked up, fancier cheesesteaks. And we got a truffle honey goat cheesesteak. And it's probably one of the best sandwiches that I've ever stuffed into my mouth.
All
So
right.
we're going to recreate it today with a little bit of a twist because I can't leave it stock, right?
That's right.
They had a little bit of a bechamel cheese sauce on it. We're going to run provolone because I don't feel like making a bechamel sauce.
That's right. If we had old Maynard here,
all it did was make it a little more creamy.
Yeah.
Good melted provolone do the same thing.
That's right.
The goat cheese is pretty, dominant with truffle honey. So when you put all the flavors together, especially it's like when you go to take a drink of Coke and it ends up being tea.
Yeah.
And it tastes weird because your mind was thinking it was Coke.
Yeah.
You're thinking, I'm fixing to eat a Philly cheesesteak, but you are. But it's got this little extra on top that
it gives a little kickback.
Yeah, get your palate. So it's literally like a 5-minute cook. You know how long you go to Lenny's or something and you order and it's literally out in 5 minutes. So it's a super fast cook. But
well, we don't have to start that right now, but we do want to talk about our weekend at the shed. We just got back. Y'all are a big part of that, big supporters of that, and the kids queue. Come on in, Alan. You're part of this deal.
What's up, guys and gals out there?
So, you're a big part of the kids queue. Tell them what y'all did and how much money we raised for the kids.
We get with some of our sponsors and get them to help us, and we always like to do something unique, something different, because without kids, we don't have anything to look forward to in our food sport. So they're the up and coming people that hopefully will carry on what we like to do. So maybe one day we can sit back and watch them, and it's always fun to watch your kids win or somebody else's kids win. And
unless they're beating us.
Unless they beat us on a consecutive
then they grow up like Riley and beat us all,
But the thing about it down there, they put them in their own category.
That's right.
So we don't have to worry about them beating up on us too bad.
Until they get older.
Then we have to worry about that. But like I said, we get with people and we want to do something unique, something different, something that's going to stand out because we're not somebody that just sits back and lets it whirl right by. So we want to be out there in front pulling it along. So we got a cooler that we gave away. We did our good friends at Icy Tech. We did an Icy Tech 25 pink, which was it was a fairly new color, so there wasn't a lot of them out. So we did that. And we stuffed it with a bunch of sauces and rubs from God. It was just sitting there. I couldn't tell you who and what ended up in that cooler to speak of.
There's
Yeah.
30, 40 bottles of
But it was
seasoning.
I mean, it was a cooler full.
And then y'all brought an
And
extra
then
box.
we bought a box.
Yeah,
and
that
then
had
the
it in
cooler
there.
was overflowing. And, thanks to everybody that supported that with sauces, rubs, seasonings, and then the ones that bought the tickets. And
Yeah.
we sold, Kel and Janet walked around from Barbecue News, and they sat there and sold tickets all the way through the park at the shed, and then turned around and sat there at Turney. And once you got Turney, and they was going to harass you till you bought some, and
Yeah.
you was going to get a ticket.
I ended up buying some more.
You're going to buy tickets twice, more than likely.
Yeah, that's right.
And we raised a little over $3,000 last year for this cooler that is given away to anyone. But the thing about it is, the money itself went to the kid that won first place.
Winner take all.
So it was winner take all, and we've talked about doing different things, but this is the format that we started with, so we wasn't going to change it in the midst of the game. But every kid that is in there, and I think there was like 30
kids,
kids
yeah.
or so.
33.
33 kids.
Yep.
So they turned around and, did top 10, and everyone that said White Lightning, which we had a little course first thing that morning at the kids cook
Yeah.
at the Q meeting. So we kind of talked to them about what we were doing. But anyway, any kid that said White Lightning, we gave them $20 all the way down to the first place. The first place got $100 bill. Plus, all this money was $5,625.
It was more than the last year.
It was almost double.
Almost
Yeah,
double from last
From
year.
last year.
8,000 something.
So last year we raised 2,000 and some odd dollars. There was a guy there for baseball, and I don't remember his name, but he donated another 1,000, which pushed it over the $3,000 mark
Wow.
last year.
It was 33 and 43. So
Yeah.
we raised 3,300, and he threw 1,000 on top, which made it 43.
Okay.
Wow.
And
So we had a goal this year of $5,000, and we surpassed it just by a hair. But hey, we surpassed it. So
That's right.
$5,625 plus the 100 that we had donated, and then the $250, I think, from
Yeah,
the shed.
The
from
winner
shed.
got $250 from the contest.
$5,975 or something to
call it 6K.
$6,000.
We should have went ahead and rolled that $25 in there. For
Yeah,
that
I would have gave her another. I
$6,000,
would have gave her another 25, and it was Sonny's youngest
Yes,
daughter
yes.
that won,
It was exactly.
and
they cooked the pork chop.
cooked a
They
pork
were
chop. Yes,
beautiful,
beautiful
pork chops.
pork
I gotta
chops.
say, they were
Yeah.
beautiful.
I've never been jealous of someone that only comes up to my waist before, but I walked away with $250 for a 4th place turkey, and she walked away with 6 racks.
Yeah,
And she's like this
That's
big.
right.
She
That's right.
She couldn't even hold the trophy, but she could hold that money.
That's right. So,
Hey, you
so
gotta
the money
say-
was flying everywhere,
Yeah.
and they all got a Yeti little lunchbox from
That's
Yeti.
right.
And so Eric just started opening that lunchbox and stuffing that cash in that lunchbox, and
Yeah.
the little girl was just so. I mean, she was grinning from ear to ear.
She
doesn't
was
say-
She was a little overwhelmed.
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
very nervous.
She doesn't say a whole lot anyway. She's like Sonny shy one for
You
sure.
could only imagine after everything was over and said and done with, and she woke up the next morning and she's got, as I said, the coolest lunchbox in school.
That's right.
I mean, that's something to take to show and tell right there. I got a Yeti, but mine's filled with $6,000. What you got?
Yeah, there's a picture of it because it's at home.
Yeah, I got some lunch money. Don't
So,
worry.
But no, it's always fun to be able to take part in something
And
like that,
and to
for sure.
and to give back to the kids, and like you said, they're the future of our sport, and we should really take care of that and pour into them as much as we possibly can. It's good to see like folks like Riley mentor young kids, because she was once that kid,
Sure.
and she helped. I think one of Brooks' kids cook. She helped her a little bit, so that's what it's all about.
That's right.
That's what it's all about. So good job, guys, with that.
Thank you,
And
sir.
Thank you. We enjoyed
yeah,
it.
I felt ecstatic about my 4th place win with the in stake and my $300 in my pocket.
Right.
So I can't
Heck yeah.
imagine if I came home with 6,000.
You know what it feels like to come home with 1,000 or 1,500 after getting a steak.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just imagine that 6 times in
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah, I had never made that much money in one day. I can tell you that.
I have, but we can't talk about it.
No, no comment.
You asked about our experience at the shed. It was your first time at the shed, right?
Yep,
So-
it was. I'm gonna tell you, it was absolutely amazing.
Hold on,
And-
start from the beginning. Wait a minute.
Okay.
It's a visual thing at the shed.
Yeah.
So you come off the interstate because the first time you see the place is part of the experience.
Yeah, it looks like my hometown, to be honest.
Right,
With you. It
so
looks
you-
like a junkyard.
Tell everybody that's listening if they haven't been there
Yeah.
the experience of your first time pulling off the interstate and you're fixing to turn left into their parking lot.
Yep. All right.
Start from
So
there.
we pull in, and there's flags and signs, and you see an RV park, and like I said, it looks a lot like Quitman County, Mississippi. Just
Just right off the interstate.
refrigerators out in the grass and stuff like that, and old trucks sitting up on blocks and stuff. But great atmosphere, great people. If you're looking for a put together building, you're probably not going to find one there. But that restaurant is built like stuff you would find in a junkyard.
In a shed.
In a shed. I mean, it's just kind of, we had an old put together shed like that behind my house growing up, and it looked like, my dad built it with his hands, and that's exactly what this restaurant is like. It was built with their own hands, and they've got a saloon, and they've got a stage, and they've got a restaurant, and it's just top notch.
It works.
And they got
They
old
have a
stadium
gravel
seats.
floor.
They have a gravel floor. And I'm going to tell you, I've never seen anything like it. But Brad Brook put on a heck of a contest. It is a bucket list contest. If you can go ahead and sign up for next year, I would do that.
Yeah. It's a trip,
Having the honor to speak at Cook's Church at that competition was one of my highest honors. I'm going to have to tell you, it was great. The people are wonderful, and good quality steaks. They're not going to do junk.
No.
Prairie Fresh gave us some great ribs to cook,
Pork chops.
and pork chops for the kids.
Turkey Federation gave us
Turkey smoked.
Certified Angus beef.
Certified
steaks,
Angus
so-
beef steaks. You're not going to complain about the meat if you go to that contest. So, like I said,
If you screwed it up, you did it.
that's right.
Yeah.
Danny, you ain't got to throw us all under the bus. Okay?
Some of us might have done that.
Hey,
And it
my
wasn't on
second
purpose.
steak, my second steak was down the list a little bit. So,
It's a chew fit.
but I'm gonna tell you, it was a fun time. And me and Daniel were sitting there talking, and that crowd and that crowd of cooks and world champions everywhere. I mean, Johnny Joseph, Eric Hodson.
There was Chris
Tim
Lindley.
Brown, Chris.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mark Lambert.
yeah.
Tuffy Stone.
I mean, so
John
everyone-
Wheeler.
Yeah.
You know.
So barbecue world champions, steak world champions, everybody was competing, and I'm gonna tell you, if you just soak that in for a minute, you could probably be intimidated. But me and Daniel were sitting there talking about it. It's like, man, if you get 25 to top 30 in this crowd, I'd feel really good about it. And I was very, very humbled to hear my number called that day. And to be able to walk that stage, I can only imagine it being like getting called for the finals of the SEA. It was just a great feeling. I hope I get that feeling one more time again this year, but in Fort Worth. But
You never know.
I'm gonna tell you, with that crowd, it was fun. The bigger contest I've been to besides Worlds that was that big was the PK Classic when they did that.
Yeah. Those are fun.
This is the second largest SCA contest in the country. If you don't get signed up for the shed, you're missing out. I called everybody I knew that wasn't there after the fact that they judged or cooked or whatever, and I said, man, you need to go to the shed next year if you can work it out. It's so much fun. I'm sorry I missed the 5 before that.
Well, the first one they had more contestants than they had at the World Championship that year.
Yes.
Wow.
If that tells you anything.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But again, Brad Brook, top notch, put on a heck of a contest. It was just so much fun, good fellowship. Could have been a little warmer, but you know it's January.
It's
We
January.
go
for sure.
south thinking it's going to be warm, and
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Well, I'm telling you, it was warmer than it. We left 7 inches of snow and ice when we left
It
here.
was warmer than
So
it
it
was
was
here.
warmer.
That's right.
It was warmer when we got down there. So it felt pretty good. I'm telling you, the sun was shining, and if you were sitting out in the sun Saturday, it felt pretty.
Wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad, you know. So
A big shout out to Trish Lytle.
yes,
She, if everyone knows who she is, the people that don't, all last year she fought and fought and fought for that golden ticket.
Yeah.
Up to the last contest of the year,
that's right.
and she
Me
ended
and
up
her both.
right, and she ended up getting a
At large.
an at-large bid because she got stuck on spot 11.
Yeah.
She got 11th place over and over.
I
She
think
was,
it was
stuck
5 times.
like in a row, 11th
Mhm.
place. And at the shed,
Daniel was hitting on that a little while too.
second place, Steak B at the shed, and got a pass down. Already got.
I mean, she got a golden ticket.
already.
Yeah,
And a huge congrats to her because now that monkey's off her back,
yeah.
and she can kind of coast in this year and fine tune instead of being stressed
Sitting
out
there
if I'm
trying
going
to
to get
chase.
that.
If you're chasing, and I can tell you from the last 3 months of the year, I chased a lot, and I was going from here to here. And hey, can I cook this week? You know, and anytime I was off work, I was cooking, and I was talking people into going with me and all this. You know, so I know how it feels, and you know, to say finally get that email or that call and say, hey, you made it. You know, as a at large, it's not the way I wanted it, but I'm getting to go.
But you're
There
in.
you go.
And at the end of the day, when we all get there and fire those grills up, nobody's going to know who got a golden ticket and who didn't.
Nah, we don't care.
At
Nobody
that
cares.
point in time, and when they call out numbers and we start cooking steaks, it really doesn't matter. We all earned our way there somehow or another. I'd love to do it with a win, but you know, that's why they make the contest this way. But we cook amongst the best cookers in the world in our area. And so week in and week out, we have world champions cooking against us every time. So I thank you for the competitiveness. I thank you for keeping me up on my game so that I'm not sitting here being settling for, hey, I'm just going to go out there and cook another steak, because I think we push each other to be our best.
better.
To be
Exactly.
our best.
Look at the folks from our general area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Placements.
Like
I mean,
I got to cook against these two.
There's 3 right here,
Yeah,
and then you add more to that.
I'm more scared of Tim and Sandy Brown, man.
that's right. That's right. I mean,
Congrats to Tim.
and they're
Another
sweet.
win.
They're sweet as they can be. I have to tell y'all this story, and Johnny Joseph's right here.
Hey, what's up, Johnny?
What's up,
And so I have to tell y'all this story. So we're sitting there and we're listening. We've gone through and we're listening to steak. A is just being called out, and this little girl sitting in front of me. She's sitting right beside Riley, and this little girl turned around. She's just waving at me. She's just waving at me, and all of a sudden she just and the music's loud, and I couldn't ask her what her name was, and she hands me this gold little glitter heart. So I took my hat off and I put it inside my hat. And I said, thank you. I'm going to keep that right here. And then she hands me another one. So I put it right there. And I said, is that for me? And she said, yeah. So, and then the music got cut down. And I said, what's your name? And she said, Nora. And I said, that's a pretty name. And her mama turned around. She said, she might tell you her last name's Goldfish, because her last name is really Joseph. But she couldn't say Goldfish. I mean, she couldn't say Joseph, so she said Goldfish. And I said, Nora Goldfish, it's very nice to meet you. And she just smiled and she looked at her mom. She said, he knows my name.
I play Santa Claus too.
Yeah, that's
sometimes.
right. I told Sonny was sitting right next to me. And I said, she thinks I'm Redneck Santa.
At the shed.
At the shed. And so then I got my number called, and I came back and I said, you were my good luck charm, and I'm gonna keep these hearts right here in my hat. And so I don't think those hearts are going anywhere.
They better
I don't think those hearts are going anywhere. But then I finally realized at the end of the deal that it was Johnny Joseph's granddaughter. And so you have a beautiful family, Johnny. But she was a sweetheart. She turned around and she said, "My name's Nora, Nora Goldfish."
That's fantastic.
My name's Santa.
Yeah. Redneck Santa.
Will y'all talk? While y'all talk, I'm gonna start throwing these onions on this flat
Okay.
top. I'm gonna start softening them up. Then we'll throw the shaved ribeye down, and then it'll be 2 to 3 minutes after that. We'll be able.
Speaking of the steak
on.
showdown, we got Mr. Tim Brown right there.
Mr. Tim
What's up,
Brown.
Mr. Tim?
Yeah,
If Tim was here, he'd cook the best cheesesteak too.
That's
that's right. Probably so.
Hey, he cooked some awesome oysters the other night.
Yeah.
He
Which
did. He
was good.
slayed
So
on
we're
that.
gonna talk. We're gonna talk about some different foods we had at the shed, and the showdown, and Mr. Mark Lambert a little bit because he's not here. We're gonna talk about what he did. So I've never had one of these, but there was a guy over there by the crawfish cooking shed where they told me there was a guy over there deep frying soft shelled crawfish. Have y'all ever had one of these before?
I'm allergic to them. So
I've
Oh, not you.
I've had soft shelled shrimp, but never had soft shelled.
Soft shell crawfish, and he was deep frying them and had some kind of like lemon garlic mayo, and he was on top of them. And you're talking about fine. That was fine eating.
I hate
right
I
there.
missed that invite.
Yeah. He was over there. You know where they usually cook crawfish is what I was
Yep.
told. That shed over there. He was cooking. He was cooking.
so that was a molten crawfish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never had one before.
Well, they're probably like the shrimp, and they're like 1 in 5,000 or something. I don't know
Yeah.
the exact number, but they're very, very rare in the shrimp boat, in the shrimping business.
Yeah.
So what they do is that they just never really develop. They never develop a shell,
Yeah.
and man, the shrimp are phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine the crawfish
So,
would be right there.
On
with
that, do you eat head and all of the shrimp?
it. No, I'm not going to eat the head of the shrimp.
Okay.
I will eat the tail of the shrimp.
I mean, the
but-
crawfish, I ate the whole thing.
Did you?
Yeah.
Kind of like a soft shell crab.
Yeah, it's like soft shell crab. But it was good. I've never had any. But it was good.
Did you get Daniel's crab?
Yeah. Daniel was right beside me. I don't know about Daniel trying to oyster.
I don't know that I saw.
But if
him
I would have
partaking,
known, that where y'all was with them oysters, I would have come find them. So
well, they wasn't far from where y'all was cooking crawfish.
I like some oysters. But we had a great time of fellowship, and I'm gonna tell you, Mark Lambert cooked probably one of the best ribs I'd ever had, and of course it showed. He ended up winning the pork throwdown. I mean the rib cook-off, first place ribs.
Let go,
Right
Lambo.
there. And then he went head to head with somebody that we know, Mr. Alan Smith.
Yeah.
He got thrown into that one.
I
We
got-
got thrown into that deal.
That was something.
So tell me about that.
Well, we were all sitting back. I was kind of excited, trying to celebrate my third place steak for a minute.
Yeah.
And they called my name again. And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
So anyways, I go up there and they said, well, you're in the showdown. And it was really confusing at first because
Yeah.
nobody really knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here talking to Mark, and I'm like, well, I don't know what we're doing. And come to find out, Mark and I were going against each other in the Prairie Fish pork showdown.
Yeah.
So we had a great time. Mark cooked a sandwich over there, a slider sandwich. I think.
Yeah.
what he cooked.
Italian pork
Pork.
sandwich.
And then I did a taco, which at first there was no help involved. And then they said, you can have help. After Lambert done had his entourage over there.
Let's
No,
be
no, no, no,
honest.
no.
Lambert started cheating, so
It's
the
a-
one going against him started cheating
I'm
along
gonna
with
tell
him.
you,
Like, there was
I
no
don't-
help, and then there was help.
I don't.
So
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if you can say that what Jeff Jacobson in his state of mind right then was doing was helping.
Jeff could do anything.
next thing I know, I never saw Lambert on my side of the table, which the grills were on the same side.
Yeah.
The cutting block and cutting boards and
We're
their
on the
knives
other side.
were on the opposite side. So I never saw Mark Lambert over here chopping any onions, peppers, anything. I'm
I
like,
didn't see none of that.
and next thing I know, Lambert's got this big old sandwich, this Italian sub
Yeah.
that he's done made over
On
here
a pretzel bun.
on a pretzel bun. And thank goodness for Eric, because he's like, here,
I
I'm
couldn't
gonna do
help you.
this. You gonna go over there and do that? I said, sound like a
If
plan
they're
to
doing it,
me.
we're doing it.
If they're gonna get in it, we're gonna play a two game. We're not gonna get beat hands down. So
Well,
anyway,
I
swinging too, baby.
I wasn't really paying that much attention. I was
I was
trying
I'm like,
not-
what is going on here?
I was trying to stand back out of his way because I thought, well, man, there's a lot of people in that kitchen right there. So, but Jeff Jacobson was in the groove, man. He was.
he was-
His eyes were open.
I don't think so. You could have blindfolded him with dental floss, but he could definitely.
he knows how to use a knife, and obviously he can do it blindfolded as well because he showed that.
Yeah.
And,
He was a man.
Lambert ended up winning. but,
Lambert,
you know,
winning, but hey, you come out pretty good ahead on that deal too. Now, you got to take home your Primo grill that you cooked on.
no, I didn't.
They sending it to you, aren't they?
I don't know. That's what somebody asked me, and I'm like, what? I get a grill?
I'm sorry, I spoke too soon. No,
No, they do now. I'm
Ashley
calling.
just gave away one of her
don't blame me.
Hey, thanks
Uh,
for the grill. I'll be waiting
no,
for it. I
that's
used
what
to have
they-
one.
That's
Did
what
Mark
they
bring
said.
it home?
No, they're shipping it to him.
Okay. Well, maybe we both get one. I don't know if it
I
was
thought
one
that-
or
I
other.
thought,
or the
no,
one-
I think anybody that
Those are a nice
competed,
grill.
anybody
good
that
stuff.
competed got to the grill
I
and
like
the
it.
knife.
I'll just let you call him tomorrow and verify
I'll
all
find
that.
out.
There you go.
There you go.
Delegate, baby.
You get all the
It was my
logistics
first time there, but I know all the rules somehow. I don't know. But we had a good time, and I think you're getting a grill. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that, but I think.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
It might be one of
It might be
Yeah.
one of Ashley's
I
old ones since he
I got a red box. I'll give you.
It's slightly used.
Slightly used.
I got a busted up grill and golf cart.
That's right. That's all
Why
I
does
got.
it say easy go? Not primo, you know.
That's all I got in this world right here.
But no, it's as you said, the shed is unique. It's a contest of its own. There's not I don't care where you go. There's not another contest like it. You got great people behind it. You got all the ones that are anything of barbecue or steak or there.
Johnny said, and Tim said, I think we all get Primo grills.
All get primo grills.
Yeah.
I like it.
So,
Tim, that's just what you need is another grill on your back porch.
yeah. Hey,
And you do?
hey, do you think Mark Lambert does? He has a whole warehouse full of grills. So, hey, speaking of which, next week y'all are headed to the MBBQA conference.
Mhm.
Y'all are a presenter there at the conference.
Yeah.
In San Antonio. So tell anybody what's going on there to get signed up. They can still attend, right?
You can buy tickets online, mbvqa.com and
.com.
.com.
Yeah,
Gotta have that .com about anything.
Yeah, that's right.
But Wednesday night is a live fire competition. Then there's Thursday, there's Awards of Excellence.
Yeah.
Friday, what is the dinner Friday, Eric?
Friday is the dinner for everybody that's at the conference, live fire dinner.
And then
But there's also the Rhinestone Showdown.
Rhinestone Showdown
And Showdown.
is on Friday as well. And there's some food prizes for that. We got to load some of that stuff in the trailer last night, thanks to Icy Tech and
Yeah, I
some of
see
those other guys.
Icy Tech with the winner printed. I mean, like with the Showdown,
MBBQA,
MBBQA, Rhinestone
2024,
Showdown.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
first place winner. So
you know, I don't always get to haul my trophies to the contest and get to bring them home, but I mean, I'm very glad that I got
Yeah.
to load it up and I got
That's
to
right.
unload it when we get back. Yeah,
that's right.
And then Saturday, it's open to the public. There's a bunch of live fire, a bunch of demos going on. And
Mark Lambert speaking, Tuffy Stone speaking. Y'all two are demonstrating some stuff, and so who's who of barbecue is there?
Chris Lytle's going to be there.
Chris Lytle's
Chris
going to be.
Lytle.
Well,
Chris
I
Lytle.
The Chris
I
Lytle.
didn't see him on the poster, but he should have been.
You know, he's one of those
gotta
guys that's just
unfold it.
going to.
He's on the inside.
He's on the other
He's
side.
got the full page. Did y'all play
Standing
that
there.
song? Only the centerfold.
Yeah,
My baby is the
my
centerfold.
baby is the centerfold. Yeah.
but he's gonna be there. We're gonna have a blast, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We did load a trailer full of goodies last night. Thank goodness. Thank goodness we had a 20-foot trailer.
Yeah.
And Mike D just left Icy Tech yesterday, got to the office with a 12-foot trailer that was packed front to back.
Oh yeah, it
With
looked
Icy
like
Tech.
it looked like one big Icy Tech cooler in there.
And we loaded everything that we had, everything that he had. And how we got all this,
Slidell says I'm on the back page.
you still got to turn through it, honey.
That's a different website. Yeah.
But man, there was a lot of cool stuff in there. It's going to be a fun week full of a lot of demos, a lot of meet and greets, talking to people, learning, and just getting
The
to hang
ins and
out
out
with
of the barbecue.
the who's who of barbecue. You know?
The ins and out of the barbecue, like business.
Sure.
You know, y'all are in the business.
It's
and,
you know, they go over the catering side, the barbecue rub side and salsa side, as far as wholesaling and retailing that, restaurants, you know, how to manage your portions of your food, everything from building a business to maintaining a business to excelling,
Marketing,
in the
social
business.
media, all that.
everything you can ever imagine. It's there for anybody for the taking.
Yep.
And you know,
So
they
if
do
you're
it-
in the area, in San Antonio next week, please go to MBBQA's website and get signed up. And it's easy peasy. They'd love to see you. And I think isn't Jody Flanagan is supposed to be out there?
And you know, speaking of easy peasy, he does easy peasy lemon squeeze.
Lemon squeezy. That's what
So
made me
that's-
think of
that's- when you
Jody
said Jody, I was like, yeah, throwing that joke that
easy peasy
easy
lemon squeezy. That's
I had
right.
a rec tech guy come by the shop yesterday, wanted to sell me some grills.
Did you
Yes,
really?
sir, I did.
Wow. Wow. So I'm flush on that deal.
No, I asked what he had to offer.
What you got on
Never turned it down.
you? What you got on you?
Well, my mom called me and she said, "There's some guy from Rec Tech here, and he was actually at my house."
He's at your house.
Yeah, and I said, "Well, cool. Has he got any cool stuff to give away?" She said, "No, he's just got a notepad." I'm like, "Well, tell him if he ain't giving nothing away, I don't need to talk to
I'm
him."
good.
And anyways, he wasn't giving anything away, but he did come by the office, and just so we were sitting there talking, and Eric pulled up, and I said, "Do you believe we got a Rec Tech salesman here?" And Eric's like, "What?" And I said, "What do you think I said when he walked in the front door?"
Awesome.
So
Maybe
But
he'll answer his phone because Jody won't.
that's right.
Hey, I only said it because it's true.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I'm just
if I was
picking.
lying, it'd be one thing.
Yeah, I'm just picking.
And Ray's phone don't work in Turks and Caicos.
Yeah,
So
you got to call them.
He don't have a signal in
He ain't got a-
Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos.
That's right. He doesn't have
You
a signal
gotta,
there.
you gotta get an international line to call him.
That's right.
So we got our steak class coming up. You can buy 1 or 2 day passes at MBBQA. So Greg with 2 G's, no cheese said that you can buy 1 or 2 day passes to the conference. We got our steak class coming up February 10th.
And it is here.
It is here at the warehouse. Mark Lambert will be cutting a loin and telling you about the anatomy of a steak and telling you what we look for as far as choosing steaks. Me and Big Jim Hudgens will be cooking steaks in 2 different techniques. I use sous vide and the metric system, and Big Jim does not. So you'll be able to see some new technology over here, and I think Big Jim uses a thermopene and lets it warm up on its own. So you'll see some different ways. So y'all come check that out. I'm working on a code for anybody that wants to buy a metric system. I'm working on a discount code. So get signed up at ssomd.com. You can get signed up for that class. And if you're interested in a metric system, please come see me and we'll get you taken care of for you if you're in the class.
You know, speaking of the class, we will probably have some cool raffle.
Okay.
It probably won't be as cool as the kids' queue at the shed.
Yeah.
It won't be that cool. I'm just going to tell you now, but it is going to be cool.
Okay. First I'm hearing about it, so I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, you're doing a golf cart, right?
Oh, yeah.
With a grill.
Yeah. With your free grill
Yep.
from the shed, I got you.
But no, we're gonna come up with something. We're gonna come up with something. We'll have a good raffle.
Y'all
It'll be a lot of
Y'all have
fun.
always been great supporters of Faith and Fires Ministry and Old School for that matter, and I appreciate y'all. Speaking of which, all the proceeds from the state class are going towards Faith and Fires Ministry.
Which is 501c.
501c. Yes, it is. We are a nonprofit, legal, nonprofit. So you can make tax deductible donations at faithandfires.org.
If you missed it by the end of 2023, don't get caught in that boat again. Go ahead and
Yeah,
make your
go ahead
donation
and
now.
make it, and I'll print it off for you.
Make it now,
Yes,
so you don't
for
get that in 2024. That's
Hey,
right.
you're doing your taxes right now, and you say, I wish I had more tax deductible donations. Well, go ahead and do them for 2024. It's completely fine to be ahead of the game, and you can do that at faithandfires.org. Matt Overson.
What's
Matty
up,
O.
Matt O? Matt O been shoveling snow.
Yeah. This guy right here, and I talked about Matt O the other day.
I
He's-
talk about him every day.
Well, yeah, but I mean on
Bad.
Facebook. Bad. But that guy has supported me from the get-go with Wicked Pig.
that's
and
right.
And he's just one of those all-around good guys. And if you hadn't taken his class on Barbecue Champs Academy, has one of the better state classes out there. Really, his techniques and stuff like that's really showing you something different. And Matto is, and if you can be on his private Facebook page with that class, you get a lot of good information that goes along day to day. So extended there. Man, look at that plate full of sandwiches
Does Lambert have one of little small torches?
hanging up right there.
That's one of them. Oh, yeah, it is one small.
You know what you're talking about is Wicked Pig. You know, that was a marinade that he came up with and part developed and shared with a lot of people that he didn't have to share it with.
Yeah.
You know, it's turned out to be really good when him and Carter teamed up and they got the Aces Wild line going.
Yeah.
And they've got some really good product going there. But
That high stakes beef rub is really good.
Porky's Palace.
Yeah.
Their pork rub, you know, it's good. But man, every steak that I do, look up there,
Good.
has
gravy.
it has the Wicked Pig on it for sure.
That's right.
You know, I love their other seasons. They give us a few crate gift boxes for Christmas, which was nice
Yeah.
for them to do that. And but man, they do a great job, and congrats to them on getting their product line off
Look here.
and getting their website launched.
Yeah.
They got it all done.
They're getting their
And
website
they're-
launched and
they're getting it
oh,
all.
All right, so we're gonna do things a little different than they did. We're gonna hit that goat cheese with a little flame.
yeah.
Because that never hurt anybody, right?
Not at all.
Let me get my iPad out of the way.
It might have hurt a lot of people actually.
Well, let's see.
Let me get that iPad out of the way.
Did
Let
he say, hey, y'all, watch this first?
Hold my beer and watch this.
Yeah. All right. Good deal.
So the only thing that's left on these sandwiches
The honey.
is the truffle honey. This is what look at pieces of truffle off in there.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Chris Lytle says don't raffle the rifles, Alan.
Oh no. And then we're not going to discuss shot or unshot, so we're just going to leave them out of the
Yeah.
raffles right now. But
That's right.
I got to say, I've been given a lot of cool things in my life, but Chris Lytle, man, he topped it off pretty good this weekend
Yeah.
with Eric and I both, and I can't say it's been a pleasure getting to know him over the past few years, and glad to have him.
Well,
on our team and
he's
a big part of our team, and he's
I'm gonna tell
an
you,
awesome player.
he's that up all night workhorse for Boys Night Out. Definitely.
He's not up that much. Wait a minute.
Wait, oh, that's just what he tells me. Hold on, I
He's
hear
up
Lytle's
more. He's
story.
up more than I am.
He's
No,
a-
he does maintain the night side of it a lot, and that's one of the most important jobs that
That's
you ever
right.
know. So
Look at that,
Well,
boys
there
and
it is.
girls. goat cheese and
Truffle
truffle
honey
honey
cheesesteaks.
cheesesteaks.
Everybody dig in.
I think we're gonna have to have.
We gotta
You
cut.
got
We gotta
one.
cut one. I want to cut mine in half and share mine with
I
somebody.
can't. I can only have it.
Sounds good. I'm gonna put a glove on. And
I'm on.
let's cut them up.
Get after.
There's some small boats right there. If anybody wants one of those.
We're gonna have to have some paper towels.
Yeah, you going this is gonna be a 2 napkin deal.
Uh-oh.
G-Man, G-Man, time to go home.
He said, I'm out.
I'm out. G-Man, I leaving. I leave.
Can I have my
Will
Google?
you be my Valentine?
I turned it off.
Can I have my Google?
You can have it however you want it.
Yeah.
It's a quiet one.
Good.
It's a
You
quiet
getting a house
one
here?
here.
No, I'm just watching.
I know.
Well, I can.
All right, everybody else can get a full sandwich.
I
So
came right
there's
to
enough
the
for
house.
everybody.
I just want to. Here you go, Jim.
Half
Thank
one.
you.
I get a half one too.
What kind of cheese is that again?
Go.
You got my Google.
got
honey
Oh, this smells. Marcio, Marcio, congratulations on your turkey. We didn't talk about Marcio's turkey, but congratulations on your turkey. Congratulations on your turkey showdown win.
On the Bloody Mary, got to call him Bloody
Bloody
Mary.
You got a
too?
call on Bloody Mary. We're gonna just.
He took us to an awesome
Did you get
place
one?
for lunch
Mike Brown, you
on
ready?
Friday at the shed.
I gotta
Thank you
see
for
this.
sharing your little hole in the wall there, Marshall. It was a nice place, buddy. We appreciate it.
Oh my goodness,
Dude,
dude,
this is awesome, man.
dude.
Look how clean it is over here. Never seen it that clean.
The tanginess of that goat cheese
Eric,
Right? You
Good
do
job.
it clean.
pretty good.
and that honey, man.
I'm gonna get me a gnaw off of that jugger.
You ever did cooking some-
Brother.
I really didn't want to hold him. Eat it.
There's- Man,
I just tried to clean up.
Here's a little more honey. He's this people.
yeah.
Mm.
Well, everybody got real quiet. Eric,
It don't
This
happen
is-
again.
this is really good.
Mama said don't,
Very good.
don't talk food in your mouth.
We'll give it an exception, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then also on the backside of that provolone. That's
Pretty
fine eating. So, is this truffle honey have to come from somewhere, or I mean, like
We order it from the people that have the restaurant we ordered the food from.
really?
Mhm.
So you can't just get this truffle honey.
You can get it on Amazon.
You can get it on Amazon.
You can't get it in Bahia, Mississippi.
No, probably not.
That's not.
They don't have that.
It
the
ain't
pig.
logo honey down here in the north half.
That tastes really good.
That's on time.
The goat cheese,
Mm-hmm.
which I can't say that I've had that many times, works on this sandwich. It really does. Wow.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
Thank you.
Tell me, Amanda Joseph, Nora Goldfish says hello. Awesome.
Hey!
Awesome. My night is made. Nora Goldfish. I think I have a new friend in Nora Goldfish.
That's a good name.
That is a good name. I wish my name was Nora Goldfish.
Hey, man, if your name can't be, at least you got a good friend that is.
That's right. That's right.
Get you one of them Indian pouches around your neck.
Yeah.
Hang it there when you're winning for your tickets. And
Yeah.
those gold hearts.
Hey, they're staying in my Steak Princess hat. So,
You'll be wearing that every contest.
yeah, my Steak Princess hat's going to have to be worn every contest. And my gold hearts that Nora Goldfish gave me are going to stay in there too. So, thank you, my friend. And I hope to see y'all soon. Probably, y'all come to Fort Worth and I'll see Nora Goldfish out there. Man, this sandwich is good. Dude, have y'all, I know y'all probably have, but usually when I'm coming back through Jackson, it's on a Sunday. and they're not open. But we stopped at Country Pleasing on the way down. My gosh, that place is good. Just smells good when you walk in. But they have a plate lunch. They sell boudin balls and boudin links, and man, we were in hog heaven. And I bought a bunch of sausage that they don't sell everywhere. So they
Kind
had
of like the redneck Buc-ee's in a sense.
it's kind of like that. I don't know how you can get more rednecker than Buc-ee's though.
You got to have 102 gas pumps.
That's right. That's
or
right.
no gas
Or
pumps.
no gas pumps. So I have a Mark Lambert Buc-ee story from this morning. I'll have to tell you. So but we walked in there and they had some sausage and we ate it all Saturday. We cooked this sausage. It was crawfish and pork. And I know you couldn't have any, but it has a great flavor. And so I wish they sold it up here, but you can't find good boudin or nothing. And then Sunday on our way out, we went to Rouse's. And if you've never been to a Rouse's market, oh,
I was there this past week.
God, I've never been before. And we went Sunday and I was like, oh, this is great. So I had some Best Stop. They had some Best Stop boudin. I bought some Best Stop boudin in there. They had some Conecuh sausage that I don't normally find. They had it down there. So if you ever run into Rouse's, they had those stuffed chickens. I had to get a stuffed chicken.
I bought 6 chickens.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
The crawfish jambalaya stuffed chicken is pretty dang good. And
Yeah, I had crawfish, I had shrimp, and I had,
yeah, it's beautiful in there. I bought me a jar of a quart size of roux.
Yep.
And where's Rouse's?
It's in Ocean Springs. There are a lot of them in Louisiana,
When you went to?
Yeah.
but
It's kind of like a grocery store, you said?
yes,
I
it is.
think?
It's
Yeah.
a main
it's a
chain.
grocery
Yeah,
store.
I remember y'all talking about it last time.
But it's got a lot of Cajun food in there,
Oh, okay.
Fresh.
fresh stuff.
Fresh.
And I bought me some crawfish tails, some frozen crawfish tails. We might not get crawfish this year.
Nope.
It don't look like
It's not
it don't
looking
look
really
good. And so
If you do get it, then you're going to pay 3 times the amount.
Well, I think they were, saying at the shed, they usually do crawfish on Friday night. And they usually order, 700-800 pounds.
Yep.
And they substituted this year for fried catfish because the crawfish guy could not.
Philip,
He said, if I got it for you, it'd be $11 or better a pound.
Yeah.
But I can't get it.
Not
So
enough of it,
not enough of it to do. And I was talking to somebody just last week, and they were saying that they had got a price of $13 to have up here. That was going to be about $13 a pound. So I don't know. This severe cold weather that we had pushed crawfish back down.
and then
Don't know if they're going
and then the
to.
heat from last year.
they had a drought.
So we've had the worst of both worlds in the last 2 major seasons of crawfish. So I don't-
There'll be a bunch of shrimp bowls this spring.
Yeah.
man, huh?
That's right.
The Brew- the
Chris
Brew-
Lytle
the
says
Brew-
a shout out to Cox Barbershop in Ocean
This
Springs,
year?
best barber on the Gulf Coast.
They slicked him up.
They
Did they?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he showed up looking like one of them kiwi fruits.
Oh no, kiwi fruits.
Yeah, and he one thing he had to do on Friday morning, he said he had to go get them ears lowered,
God,
and he found him an old school that would do him a hot straight razor shave,
nice.
head, face, everything. So we dropped him off for about 45 minutes. He sat there and told lies with the old men and came out
Loved it.
shining up. Yep.
God, slicked up.
Amen.
No, don't go.
He gonna grow that mustache back,
You gotta
slick
get
it
that
up,
mustache
baby.
back.
Yeah, Juan Jeremy.
He's not allowed to
Then you gotta
take
grow the
photos
mullet
with
back
Mark
for that.
or go there.
Yeah.
No, Dirty Sanchez.
Hey, speaking.
I'm going to the
Hey.
gag again. Oh, yeah.
We're gonna make an announcement real quick for Steaks for Sheepdogs. They are looking for a lead and a crew to cook in Denver, Colorado. So anybody close or anybody, they're actively looking in Denver, Colorado for had an officer. had an officer commit suicide this week, and they reached out to Troy Johnson. Troy Johnson then turned around and reached out to the rest of Joe Wilson and the rest of directors, see if we could find a lead in Colorado for that. So it's just that's a terrible situation. And Lord, just pray for our country and our first responders and our law enforcement every day. Lord, just pray for our people in our own community. They found a 2-week-old baby behind a dumpster in Byhalia, Mississippi today.
In this town we're in right now.
In the very town we're in.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand it. I don't understand it at all, how you could do that to a child, especially 2 to 3 weeks old. I don't get it. But, you know, there's a lot of things about this world I don't understand, and we never will. But God gives us the peace and comfort to say, hey, just trust me, and I'm going to take care of those that need to be taken care of. So, you know, that just a bad deal. We also are getting ready for the Memphis in May class here, the Weekend of Champions. We've got Mark Lambert. We've got James Cruz. We've got the hometown barbecue cooking whole hog. So all 3 categories.
If you want to learn something, you better come that week.
So all 3 categories being taught that weekend, one low price. And if you're going to invest in your barbecue game, it's the best way to do it.
That's
Absolutely.
a class right there that hands down, you can't get that kind of knowledge in one setting or one weekend
Yeah.
ever.
I don't know what you could compare it to, like in any other field, unless Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, and Dr. J was putting on a basketball clinic. That's about.
Well, it's a way to shorten the learning curve.
Yeah.
You're going to cook bad barbecue before you cook good barbecue. And one way to invest in yourself is spend a few $100 and learn from 3 people that walk the stage consistently.
Yeah.
Why sit there and try and do it all yourself? Don't let your pride get in your way. Don't let grandma's recipes get in the way that might be good for your family, but they're not good for competition. You got to get past that. Come talk to these guys, take this class, and it will take you from maybe the bottom of the pack to the top end of the pack.
Yeah.
And you might know a lot of what they're going to teach you, but if you get one little bitty thing out of the class that can help you, a half a point can change a whole bunch of places when it comes down to the end of the contest. So shorten that learning curve and take a class. And
Yeah. You can take.
this class is going to be
You can take
fantastic with all 3 categories.
5 to 7 years off your barbecue learning just by this weekend.
You
I
can
would
take
say.
thousands of dollars
Yeah, off your barbecue
off your
pocketbook.
barbecue experience.
Well, you could be a rookie and come take this class, and you will be years ahead of someone that is too stubborn to take a class and that is struggling.
And like our good friend Mark Lambert says, you can always sharpen the saw. And he just took a class last year, a drum class, because he wants to do more KCBS contests and cook on drums, right? So he went to this drum class in St. Louis with the guys from Blues Hog and all that. Well, guess what? He just cooked on a drum at the shed and won $2,000 because of it. So there's always a reason to sharpen your saw. Don't ever think you know too much, or you let your pride get in the way of not knowing enough. And so
Everybody's got different techniques, and if we can learn a bunch of different ones,
yeah,
we're going to be better at what we do.
that's right. And you still got to use it. You still got to execute. So it's a class. You go into a class, whether it be our state class in a couple weeks or this barbecue class in about a month, it's not going to be a replacement for you practicing or honing your own skills. It's just a show you a technique and something you should not be afraid of, and to try that somebody else is out there doing it, but you still have to hone it in. You're going to have to light your fires and do it yourself. Nobody else can do it for you, but it's not a replacement of practice and taking that home and honing it in for yourself.
That's right. It'll give you the tools you need to win. It's up to you to use them tools
To execute.
the way they're supposed to be used.
That's right. That's right.
Just broadens your playbook in a sense. 'Cause
That's right.
You got to start and a finish, and there's many ways to get from A to B.
And we've
And
It shortens that learning curve. That's all there is to it. The best way to do it.
we've all sitting here and we've all taken cooking classes of some type, and you're going to pick up something. It doesn't matter. It could be the smallest thing, but the smallest thing could be one thing that you're struggling with, and it changed your whole game.
Alan took a class years ago. He already knew everything that they did cooking wise. What he got out of the class is how to keep the blind box clean when you're building it.
Yeah.
That was worth the $750 or $800.
Yeah.
Because
How
you know
much
why?
money has that cost you?
Well, you know why? Because we didn't know before.
That's right. And
You
also,
don't know till you know. And he paid whatever money it is to learn that little tip, and it saved us time. And that little thing was worth that class.
and how much money has that blind box cost you or won you since then?
A lot both ways.
A lot both
Win
ways.
or lose. It's
Yeah,
been a
yeah.
lot. So,
Did we have? Oh yeah, we got bomb pops in there.
man, I got to shout out to my non-sponsor Duluth.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I actually have them on today.
Yeah. Patrick Banks is on with us. We need to pray for him.
What's
He's
up,
still
PB?
Good luck, Patrick.
going through some stuff in the hospital, and man, I hope you're getting feeling better. And he said prayer works. He said prayer sure will help me out this week. So definitely, if you don't believe prayer works, just ask some people that needed it. So hello, Danny
That's
Kennedy is the reason why we're sitting here. So
Look at here. Look at
Uh,
here.
woo. So speaking of prayer, I'd like to thank Boys Night Out and I guess these original Bomb Pop people. They hadn't talked. They won't answer your phone call either.
They ain't bomb popped up yet.
They ain't bombed up yet. So
Are they from Georgia?
It's a work in progress.
yeah,
It doesn't
I think
happen overnight.
they
Nothing
might-
good comes easy.
That's
okay?
right. That's right. So, but I'm very thankful for Boys Night Out, Team White Lightning. They sponsor our popsicles and prayer time. This is how we like to end every show. Just what we do. So I think this world would be a better place if we all bow our heads and bend our knee to the good Lord and pray on a daily basis. So we're fixing to do that right now. Robert Perkins, what's up, brother?
What's up, Robert?
All right, so
Poncho
let's
Lefty's in
I'm
the
surprised he's
Yeah.
got phone service and not
Yeah.
sitting in the Bahamas.
Poncho and Lefty right there. Let's pray. Our gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we just want to thank you for this day and thank you for this time together with friends, family, Lord. Thank you for the food we had and may it do nourish for our bodies, Lord. Thank you for everybody watching. May we be a blessing to somebody today, and just may we live with the encouragement. We wake up every day and be a blessing to somebody else, Lord, and not just ourselves or not just look out for ourselves. Lord, let's not let anything stand in the way of our relationship with you, Lord. Just open our hearts, and we may have a better relationship with you. And I pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank y'all so much for watching. I don't think Mark Lambert will not be here next week. I don't think we'll have a show next week just because everybody will be out of town.
I go live once or twice. So.
Okay, y'all can do it live from San Antonio. I appreciate that if y'all go live out there. But thank y'all so much for watching. We might be here and might be tuning in to y'all there. So we might figure that out.
Well, Thursday night during the show, we will be at the Award of Excellence dinner.
So that might
So
be happening at the same
I
time.
might be able to send you updates live.
Okay.
Who's winning some stuff?
Yeah.
Some or
So
whatever.
we'll figure that out. We're gonna try to do that. I might do it from the house, or me and Daniel come up here and do something. We might do that. So thank y'all very much. Boys Night Out.
Thank you, sir.
Eric,
brother.
Alan, thank
We appreciate
y'all.
you having
I
us.
appreciate y'all. Excellent meal,
Yes,
Eric. Excellent sandwich. Was served at anywhere to anybody. That was top notch. Thank y'all for
We
watching.
appreciate y'all coming because it was
Yeah.
looking kind of lonely. with
It
three
was
of us.
looking like we were only pulling out
we
one
were,
pack
we
of
were
meat.
swapping
and
back and forth.
yeah,
yeah,
like,
how we
we're
gonna do this?
yeah, pull that out. You know, and just like my preacher says, it's not fun to preach to empty pews. It's definitely not fun to not talk to anybody on the other side of the camera. So thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for watching.
And thank you, Mark Lambert.
And thank you, Mark Lambert. God bless you. Love God and love people. We'll see y'all next week. If not next week, then the week after. Thank y'all. I'll keep you updated. Stay tuned to our Facebook page. We got some big news coming with Faith and Fires. As you saw, we'll be going back to the National High School Barbecue Association cook-off. We are the official barbecue deacons of the National Barbecue Association, High School Barbecue Association. We'll be in Branson, Missouri this year in June for their cook-off. And so thankful for Mike Erickson and that organization. So y'all come back and see us. Love God and love people, y'all. We're out.
See ya.
See y'all.
Hopefully our high school sponsor team wins for the third